Alright, so finally going to try to get some watermelons in today. This is my handy dandy planter that I'm borrowing from my buddy, who also has some produce. You'll see this thing in action here, but it's going to make holes for us and we're going to plant these watermelon plants right into it. Just wanted to kind of go over what I'm putting in my transplant solution. So most important thing here is this product. This is the Fertiactyl GZ. This stuff is awesome. This is the root stimulant. It's got a lot of humic and fulvic gases in it, but number one, it's got an amino acid in it called glycine butane that fights stress. And we're gonna have some cold weather coming up here. Today's beautiful, but here in like 3-4 days, it's gonna get down, I think 37, 35 at night. So we need to be able to tolerate stress and handle that as best as possible. We are gonna cover these watermelons, but I need all the help they can have to tolerate anything like that. And that's what this guy does. It's gonna help them get going, help them get picked up, get his shoots going out, get roots going out. I would not plant without it. It is the best stuff on the market. It is also the most highly sold product on the market in the world as a biostimulant. So that stuff is magic. Root Shield is gonna help protect the roots, keep disease off the roots and so forth. And then I got to get more, but this is a high phosphorus water soluble that I'm going to be putting in. It's a 1440-5 to help me get started. So I rigged up my pump that I don't have a well yet, but I got my pump running, so we got water. Okay, we're about ready to get going here. Just want to show a little bit of how this is going to work. I'm growing seedless watermelon Captivation. It's a pretty popular variety seedless watermelon around this area. I'm going to be pollinating with the yellow doll. So everything on the planter, the way I'm going to do this is I'm making a hole every 3 feet, and then every third rotation on my wheel there's an extra plug. And that's going to be for my pollinator, which is the yellow doll. It's a yellow seeded variety. For those of you that don't understand or know that, whenever you have seedless watermelons, you need a pollinator. So you either need to have a seeded variety in the patch to pollinate the seedless plants. If I don't have that, I don't get any watermelons. Wow, there's deer up there on the hill. That's pretty cool.
Picture away from him and put him on the deer.
Guys, we got interrupted by some deer. We have a lot of deer around here. It's crazy. It's the middle of the morning, like 9 or 9:30 in the morning here, and we're just getting ready to start planting watermelons, and deer just come running across the field there. We're standing right here talking, but so going back to the pollinators, you gotta have to have some kind of seeded plant in your patch, or I could put all these seedless plants out here, which is a lot of money, and I won't get a single watermelon if I don't have a pollinator in the patch. They do have what they call sidekicks, which are pollinators that don't provide something to pick. In this case, these yellow dolls will actually be a small watermelon that I can sell as well, that are going to pollinate my money maker, which is the red seedless. So basically my daughter's going to come behind, and every 10 feet or 9 feet, she's going to throw one of these in the missing hole behind the 2 people that are planting the main batch of every 3 feet are going in. So the way this works here, this wheel drops down right on that plastic, and when we're running along here, which you'll see in a minute, it's going to punch these holes, and we got these plugs in here in the spots. There's a few missing plugs, but for the most part they're all plugged up except for where my punches are. Now this one here is going to be my pollinator hole, and then every 3 feet it's going to be the seedless, and that's how it's going to work. So we'll get going here and you can see it in action. Okay, just checking up here next morning on how the watermelon tarp is holding up for us. We got 4 rows in, covered up. Was I have 14 rows of these early watermelons that need to go in. So there's a section of 7 rows, and then this next section of 7 rows, I got plants waiting up in the greenhouses in the warm, ready to go in here. And then a week from now, there's another batch of 2 acres that are ready to go that are not going to get covered. So these first ones are going to be a little bit earlier. The tarp will help push them ahead a little bit and give us a little bit of separation between the 2 plantings, even though they're not planted that far apart from each other. But I wanted to get more rows done here the last couple of days, but I kind of put a pause on it. The weather is really calling to get down to, they're saying 30, possibly down to 31, 32, 33 for sure. And that's cold. And so I guess we're gonna see how these watermelons fare out here. They are not a very hardy plant. So if you didn't have them covered, you'd be pretty much looking at them to go bye-bye. So hoping this works. That cover there is pretty thick. It's designed for, it's one of the thickest options that they offered. I forget the exact millimeters it is, but yeah, it's designed for this purpose, but you never want to put it to work if you don't have to. And this is a situation where we're gonna see how they fare. So we'll check in on them here in a few days and see if they're all dead or if they made it. So, but I didn't really want to risk putting more out without needing to take the risk. These were I already had these in, and then I kind of got the news of the weather turning, and I was going to plant another day or two and get another 7-8 rows in. I decided just to hold tight, get past this cold spell, and then it's going to warm up be in the 50s overnight instead of down in the 30s, and that'll be a little better.